Talk about Bill O'Reilly. Oh boy. So, over the weekend, the New York Times reported that 5 women received settlements totaling $13 million after accusing O'Reilly of sexual harassment or verbal abuse. Basically, he would promise jobs with the expectation of sexual favors. This went on over many, many years. Some of these settlements had been reported in the past, but I think there were 3 or 4 new ones. So, Fox, in response to this, extended O'Reilly's contract. So, I mean, it's pretty gross, guys. Like and it's gross for O'Reilly, but like O'Reilly's always been a fucking asshole. But like Fox News, after dealing with the Roger Ailes scandal, where they just paid out $20 million, and Roger Ailes was forced out, now they're going to stand behind O'Reilly too.
Fox News is a rotten organization.
Rotten.
And along the way, many people, including us in the White House, have tried to sort of bring them back into the fold and work with them, and we sort of normalize that, what they do. They peddle lies. They have a leadership that has sexually harassed and done whatever they've wanted to women in that organization for decades, and they allow anyone who makes them money to get away with it.
For
and it's
the
disgusting.
money. It is for the money.
Look no further than who's in the White House right now, to like the message that sends to every woman in this country who's dealt with this shit before. But it's unconscionable, and people should speak out. And there's an organization on Twitter called Sleeping Giants that goes to every advertiser that advertises on Breitbart, and they've gotten like 1,750 people to pull ads. That kind of effort needs to be started with Fox until they get rid of this creep.
I mean, that's how they got rid of Glenn Beck, right? Ultimately, Glenn Beck was canceled because the advertisers started pulling out.
Yep.
It is so despicable. You have Roger Ailes, who is sexually harassing women for his entire tenure, turning around and protecting Bill O'Reilly, who's sexually harassing people for his entire tenure. One thing that I think is fascinating about these stories, though, is it actually relates back to the Supreme Court fight, which is that Clarence Thomas wouldn't be confirmed today, because the sexual harassment that he inflicted on Anita Hill would not get a pass the way this got a pass. And what's interesting to me is the rules changed on these guys, right? They changed while they were in those jobs. They could get away with this for a long time. All of these stories were out. I see people tweeting, I can't believe this story about Bill O'Reilly. It's been out there for years. The $9 million settlement, the transcripts of his abuse, the transcripts where he threatens people and says Roger Ailes will quietly get you in one way or another, that I'm the street fighter, I'm on TV, but we get you behind the scenes. All this stuff has been out there for a really, really long time. And it is fascinating how all of a sudden there's a critical mass, and then the culture remembers that it changed. I mean, the same thing happened to Bill Cosby, because those stories were out there for years and years, and then all of a sudden Hannibal Buress makes a joke and things unfurl. And
the worst part is, all of these people are allowed to stay at Fox News, which every day is the #1 defender acting as state television for a man in the White House who is a sexual predator.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And who so many women came out for allegations of harassment. Nothing came from it. Nothing was ever disproven. And we just went on like nothing happened. It was literally on tape. Bragging about it on tape. And Bill O'Reilly every night defends Donald Trump's agenda, and he has sexually harassed people. He's defended Roger Ailes, who sexually harassed people, and no one fucking does anything at this organization.
And the other thing too is we have no idea how many settlements are out there, because those settlements are pretty ironclad.
Yeah.
Right? That people come forward, they look at their options, they look at whose careers have been destroyed by going forward, and they say, you know what, I'm going to settle, I'm going to take the money, and they write check after check after check, because Fox News has generated billions of dollars or hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for their parent corporation, and everybody looks the other way, and it's despicable.
And Fox News and O'Reilly both in their statements said, well, none of these women called the Fox hotline. There's a hotline you're supposed to call. After it's been well known for a long time that Roger Ailes had financed a unit at Fox entrusted with surveilling its own employees.
Yeah,
maybe you don't want to call the fucking hotline.
They hired Bo Dietl to trail these women around, and they put him on air as a contributor.
Yeah, the hotline, man. The call is coming from inside the house. You can't call the house. You call. It's like, Roger Ailes here. How can I help you? Hang up. It's disgusting.
I'm just so sick of in the conversation about media organizations and ideological media organizations left and right. It's like, and then there's organizations on the right, like Fox News, that just have a conservative viewpoint, and organizations on the left, like the Huffington Post. No, you know what? Fox is nothing like that. Fox is a garbage organization that protects sexual harassers, and they lie all the time, like you said. That's what they do. They are not a legitimate fucking news organization. There are some legitimate reporters in there. A few left.
And you know what?
A few.
And Chris Wallace and
Right.
what's his name? Shep Smith. You guys got to look in the mirror, because you're part of something fucking evil, and you can't pretend you're not. It is evil There is evil in the world, and Fox News is a disgusting organization with giant old man heads attacking pretty young women and putting them on television if they'll do sexual favors. Like, that is not an acceptable news organization for the White House briefing room. I guess it is if you're sitting next to fucking Alex Jones, but otherwise...
It's escalated a lot, guys. Escalated pretty quickly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we like Fox.
It's so awful, man.
No, I'm just sort of sick of them getting a pass every day.
Agreed.
Okay. When we come back, we will talk to climate scientist Katherine Hayhoe.
This is